There are many notable problems within family leave and its policies. Transitioning into parenthood is stressful in itself, so adding on additional stressors may cause dire consequences to the mother, the father, the child, and the family as a collective whole. The main issues that will be addressed include time off, breastfeeding, health, family disparities, and gender inequalities. The first problematic topic is receiving adequate time off after having a baby. The Family Medical Leave Act of '93 requires employers to give employees up to 12 weeks of job-protected leave for the birth of a child or adoption. However, there are many exceptions that make it difficult for parents to use it. Such exceptions include not covering part-time employees, employees who have been with their current company for less than a year, or working for a company that employs less than 50 workers. Even employees that are not threatened by those three exceptions can be denied family leave if their employer asserts that it would cause substantial and grievous injury to the company. Although over 100 countries have implemented parental leave policies, which ensure the right to at least 2 or 3 months of paid leave around the time of childbirth, the U.S. is the only industrialized nation without a paid parental leave policy. However, there are 3 states that have decided to enact their own policies. California was the first state to pass the Paid Family Leave Insurance, also known as PFLI, program in 2002 and enacted it in 2004. New Jersey and Rhode Island followed suit by ratifying their own paid leave policies in 2008 and 2014. Paid family leave insurance can help ease the financial burden, however, it is not enough for the families. California provides up to 6 weeks pay at 55% of prior weekly earnings, up to a maximum of $987 a week. New Jersey offers the same duration of leave at 66% of previous weekly pay, up to a maximum of $546. Families are still struggling even with these states' family leave policies. A big problem within the problem itself are employees not knowing of the benefits that they may receive. Adults in California were surveyed and resulted in 28% knowing about paid family leave insurance and 55% knew about the Family Medical Leave Act. Even if employees know about the programs, they do not fully understand all of the options. Acquiring information is a frustrating process for parents as healthcare providers are not common sources of information and human resources departments either do not offer the information or the information they do provide is lacking. A 2012 survey concluded that of 93 women who took maternity leave, about 23% were back to work within 2 weeks. This leads into the next problem. Research specifies that breastfeeding is important to a child's health, but inadequate maternity leave makes it tough to initiate and sustain breastfeeding. Here we have the risks of little to no breastfeeding towards the child and mother. Breastfeeding lowers the risk of sudden infant death syndrome, also known as SIDS, asthma, and childhood obesity. When a mother breastfeeds, she has lower risks of getting breast and ovarian cancer as well as osteoporosis. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends exclusively breastfeeding for the first 6 months and continue to breastfeed with the addition of solid foods until the age of 1 year. A big reason women discontinue breastfeeding early or choose not to breastfeed at all is due to work-related issues such as sufficient time off or being in a work environment that does not support breastfeeding. There are many mothers that must choose to formula feed while working to continue to maintain a form of income. Formula feeding will also add an additional cost of $1,733 per year to the family. When California implemented its paid family leave policy, the rate of breastfeeding rose as much as 20% up to 9 months after the birth of a child. There are additional health concerns when a mother does not receive suitable time off to care for her baby. Here we have negative consequences to children and mothers when sufficient maternity leave is not an option. It was found that paid maternal leave was associated with reduction of the death rates among infants and young children. A mother returning to work within the first month of a child's birth was also connected to an average 7-point deduction in IQ tests. In addition, there is an association with increases in behavioral problems that last into adulthood, as well as problems adjusting and acting appropriately in emotional situations. It has also been concluded there is difficulty in forming secure attachment bonds, not only with their mothers, but other people throughout their life. Children whose mothers returned to work within 3 months after birth had lower cognitive test scores throughout childhood. As for health effects on mothers, shorter maternity leave is connected with experiencing depression and other mental health issues, as returning to work shortly after childbirth does not allow the mother to fully heal physically or mentally. Returning to work less than 6 months after having a baby increases the risk of postpartum depression symptoms. Even increasing maternity leave by 1 week has seen to have a 6 to 7% decline in symptoms of depression. Women who returned to work within the first year experienced higher rates of respiratory infections than women who remained at home, as there is a greater amount of direct exposure to infections either within their workplace or a childcare setting. It takes a full 6 weeks, if not longer, for the body to return to its non-pregnant state. Many women experience minor to moderate physical pain for weeks to months after delivery. Returning back to work early is expected to be challenging, as most women are still in the process of healing 4 months after childbirth. Transitioning into parenthood can cause negative emotions in a couple's relationship. A supportive and positive relationship between parents creates a better bond with their baby. As infants grow, they develop a strong attachment to individuals that have been able to provide a stable and loving environment. Poor relationship satisfaction and a perception of poor support from their partner are the 2 main points of dissatisfaction in a relationship after the birth of a child. It is common for a decrease in positive interaction, increase in conflict, and a decline in relationship satisfaction after the birth of a child. Balancing work and family causes a frustration at the loss of one's work identity and the increase of household and family-related responsibilities. The final problem within family leave is the gender wage gap and discrimination against the men. Women earn an average of 19% less than males, meaning for every dollar made by a man, a woman earns 81 cents. Furthermore, employers tend to be reluctant to hire or promote mothers because employers expect them to take time off to care for their family. Fathers also face problems within the workforce regarding family leave, such as discrimination and being eligible for fewer leave benefits than mothers. A 2008 study showed 52% of employers offer some pay replacement during maternity leave, while 16% offer pay replacement for paternity leave. 9 out of 10 law firms had separate paternity and maternity leave policies that either gave fathers less leave than mothers or required fathers to prove that they were the primary caregiver in order to receive the parental leave. In addition, fathers seeking family leave are subject to discrimination and stereotyping in the workplace, as they are violating gender norms. These fathers are viewed as weak and feminine, as it is seen as the woman's job to care for the family. Parents with family obligations suffer hiring discrimination, miss out on promotions, or face termination because companies punish employees who do not meet the best worker standards.